Welcome to the Unlock Your Greatness podcast. I'm your host, Ramon Martin. Today's guest is an entrepreneur, an international best-selling author, mastermind coach, and a master in AI art. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce you to the great Traydon Rogers. Thank you for coming on the show today, Traydon. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm feeling amazing today.
All right, that's great. That's what we love to hear. Uh, yeah, so we'll just get right into it. I'm learning the AI art and stuff as well, and I'm very new at it. And as I see, as I got to know you, I see that you are successful with AI art. So, what inspired you, and what got you? How did you started with AI art?
I've always been a visual learner, and so I didn't learn how to physically draw and paint and do all that good stuff when I was young. So AI gives me the avenue to start somewhere with visual art and being able to create visuals of the ideas that I've had in my mind.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, same thing with me as well. I know I kind of play with it, and I just type it out with what's in my mind, and then I just see how it comes out to life. That's pretty amazing. And I know see that you kind of like bring it up to life and bring it. And I know you use it for like positive platform to help people out, and also you write journals and books as well. So did that also inspire you to even create your own journals and everything as well?
It's uh it's definitely it's been a process of me, I would say, starting with something I'm excited about and that leading to something else I'm excited about
Yes.
and leading to something else. And so building on this momentum of creating different things like notebooks and images and creating stories as well.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, I know. Les Brown, my mentor Les Brown said like anything that's worth doing is worth doing bad, and just from my own experience as well. Just probably won't mention the actual AI apps or platforms on here. Um, just well, I guess what I'm going at is uh, would you recommend like any like AI platforms or do you I don't know if you do would or do you teach classes as well for like AI art?
I teach classes individually as of right now. If anybody, it's not a public offering, but if anybody wants to learn how to utilize AI, I teach how to do that if that's a demand. One of the platforms that I started with was Midjourney.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Mid Journey as well, and I use Wonder. That's cool. Uh, can you share some of your milestones and your achievements? I know together we co-authored on a book called Circle of the One, and of course your chapter in there tells you about your story and stuff as well. And but can you just share with the audience like your mouse your achievements and your milestones?
I would say one of my main ones, well, the one that really started this journey off was publishing my first book when I was 19, called A Poet's Playlist and Pain the Promise. And seeing people's reactions and how people resonated with that book that was about poems that me and other people had created that really went into going into your purpose, pain, and also coming out of that pain.
Yeah.
And from there, utilizing the military, uh, which caused me to be able to travel the world and go and see Europe, which was something that was on my bucket list. And there's other places that I want to go as well. And actually, a year before we became international bestsellers, I had wrote it down in one of my notebooks that I'm so happy and grateful now that I'm an international bestselling author, and then it
Yes.
happened a year later. That
Mhm.
was definitely something. Not only the manifestation of that, but also the person I became in the process of creating my chapter. That in itself being a milestone for me, actually a way of me accepting me for who I am, which is a world crafter. And I would say now my milestones are coming more so in the area of metaphysics, meaning unlocking psychic abilities, being able to enhance my ability to imagine on a higher level and manifest on a higher level. So
Oh
it's
yeah, that's
more not tangible, in a sense, tangible things, but more so intrinsic things that are milestones that I'm now achieving.
oh yeah, that's great. Yeah. So, and speaking of manifestation, so you was already international bestseller before you even before it even happened. So like, so you spoke that into existence and made it happen. So you visioned it and just didn't say it. And I know the you put yourself on that high vibration. Correct me, is that correct?
Real, what did they say? To speak as though it were.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. Yeah. And also, what are your keys to manifesting your goals and dreams?
I would say mine has to come in the aspect of one of the things I talked about in the book that we're in around world crafting, the belief that I can craft my world and that everybody around me is characters within the story that I've written and that I'm the author of my life.
Yes.
And that mindset, that uh, belief, that paradigm causes me to then find the keys needed in order to manifest things, scenes that I may want to experience in my life. Like how a director decides that, oh, they want this scene to be in this script or this scene to be in the movie. Me being able to vividly craft first in my mind what I would like that scene to be and attach the symbolism and the feeling behind what it would feel like if it happened and living my life as though it has already happened.
Yes, yes, it's already done, written.
Yeah. So for me, I have notebooks that I write in, a bunch of notebooks, because I'm always in a state of crafting a new quality within my life. And so I make sure that I write down what is it that I want, or write down it as if it has already happened. I utilize writing as one of my main tools, if any, to be able to bring things into my life.
Cool. Yeah, speaking of writing, some of the our mentors and coaches and our fellow peers, they always talk about the importance of writing, writing down your goals and dreams. So, like, how just explain to the audience how important it is to write down what you want and just as much as thinking about it.
Writing is a very it's it's a it's a simple process, but it's also very complex. So right now I'm working with children, and you see what who we are before we learn the act of writing. And before children learn the act of writing and reading, a lot of their what they're feeling, their emotions, it is expressed in a raw state
Yeah.
immediately. They're angry, they're going to show you anger. They're sad, they're going to show you sad. They're going to express these things. But as you notice children start to learn words for the way that they're feeling, when they start to learn how to write it, learn how to draw it, learn how to express it, you start to see the individual become more, I would say, more within themselves, more so learning new ways of being to express the same thing, the same emotion.
Yes.
And so writing is the aspect of being able to take your thoughts and being able to get a pen and paper and write them down as clearly as you can. And that process in unto itself, for people who are not used to writing, is can be a very difficult process. But the ability to be able to speak and articulate is directly linked to being able to write, because you're thinking, and for you to think and then write, you have to concentrate and focus. Writing then becomes a meditative process. And the more you get better at writing, when you write, you start to see or experience what you're writing as you write it. This is what a lot of authors and novelists have realized, that when you start the process of writing, you a lot of the time you don't know what you're going to write about. You figure out what you're going to write about once you make the decision to write. And then the ideas and the things come through, and it channels through you from your subconscious, the aspects of you that may have been hidden up to now. And so writing helps you to be able to articulate that and bring that to the forefront of your consciousness so that you're able to witness these aspects of you. Like, for example, Bob was talking about if a person has a problem, one of the things that they can do is write on a piece of paper their problem, write it all down until it's all on a piece of paper and it's out of your mind. And then you go across the room, or you sit in different chairs and you imagine, how would this person solve this problem? How would this person solve this problem? That could only happen if you have articulated that problem, that emotion, that feeling, that thing onto the paper so that it's not clouding your judgment. And
Yes.
so writing becomes a grounding, it grounds it into a existence. One of in magic in the old days, getting a piece of wood and carving something on a piece of wood was seen as a sacred thing. It's because wood is the symbolism and it's the literal aspect of grounding. So when you carve something on wood, which paper is made out of wood, it's made
Right.
out of trees. It's the aspect of being able to ground things. It's a ritual. It's a sacred act. So it's very important.
Yes. Oh wow. Yes. That's deep. That is very deep. Yeah. And then the follow up question about you say you work with kids and stuff about writing and manifestation. Of course, kids, like you say, kids will immediately, because they're so young, they'll exactly tell you what's on their mind, whatever they're happy, sad, hurt. Um, the importance of that with our kids, of course, the kids are our future, and of course, without trying to get too political about it, with the schooling and stuff, like how um how much of the impact do you think just by us teaching our kids about what they want and what they think, it's just the importance of them just tell them they could choose anything they want in their mind at an early mindset, have them overcome like the future traumas and stuff in the life and the world that's ahead of them.
Kids are in a very interesting place because they're full of potential, but at the same time they're highly vulnerable. So they're literally both sides of the spectrum. They are highly dependent, but they're highly impressionable, and they also have the ability to move in any direction they want. Their minds are growing. They're in a theta alpha state where they're able to learn at rapid rates. They have all this energy. They're most connected to consciousness
Yes.
in that space, but they cannot think for themselves. So in that space, what they see, hear, feel, all of that creates their blueprint of how they will live their life. And so one has to be very careful on the words that they use because words are spells. They enchant reality itself. And so when you say something to a child about you can't have that, or that's not possible, or money don't grow on trees, or shut up or be quiet, these things are being imprinted on their mind, and they're being ingrained within their brain to where they're going to operate in that way when they can think for themselves. And
Right.
so when they're so young and impressionable, cultivating these the ability to utilize their mind and their gifts of imagination, of play, and of intuition properly gives them the ability to be able to have more of a foundation to stand on that isn't diluted by dogma, society, and other things. I
Right.
was walking like today, I was walking down the street, and there was a child that was trying to have a conversation with her mom, and the mother reprimanded the child for speaking and disrespectfully told him to shut up. And I thought that was very interesting, uh, that that disposition is being placed into that child. And it comes from a lack of awareness and of an aspect of those parents often are utilizing the belief systems and the paradigms, or the statements, the language that they were given to, never questioning it.
Mm.
And
Right.
so we have to break that cycle to be able to cultivate a generation that can come up, that can be solution oriented, especially in a world now where a lot of our problems have been created and cultivated by previous generations.
Yes. Yeah. The curse, as they'll say. Yeah. So yeah, and just speaking of that, because I was reminded by my mom a while back that I forgot all about this. I was in second grade. I was like the top reader in class. I was like reading above like the second grade level and stuff. And then all that dramatically changed when I went to level three, third grade, and not so much of a good teacher. I talk about that in our book Circle of the One, and just how this thing my just full confidence and stuff. My whole morale just dropped, and I went from like being a good student who could read at a high level at the age of 6 to going in next year just failing classes, and from there on just like being in special ed and stuff. So yeah, that your environment definitely as a kid could make you or break you.
There's two things in science that is a game changer for a lot of children, a lot of people that feel like it's hard to change. One of them is neuroplasticity. The brain has the ability to reshape itself and to make new neural connections that weren't there before by the individual utilizing repetition, but also emotional impact as a way to bring new pathways and new ways of thinking, new habits within one's life. The second one is epigenetics, that one's environment can shape what genes a person has, what is expressed and what is not expressed. but it's not just your outer environment, but it's also your environment, your internal environment that
Yes.
can shape what genes are turned on and turned off. How you respond to your environment based off of how you see yourself, how you feel about yourself. So do these two things are game changers in the aspect of a person being able to turn their whole life around. Different diseases, different dispositions that a person may have, all of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah. Oh, so tell us, this is like a little fun question I ask all our guests. What are your morning routines to start your day?
My morning routine starts off with me writing down my dreams. One of the most important things I would say to start your day doing is writing down your dreams. That's what I start off with first, writing down my dreams. And then from there, shifting back into a state of relaxed, dreamlike state to then imprint within me how I want my day to go, or some goal or something that I want to achieve that I look to fulfill. And then from there, I go to my favorite rocking chair and I write. I write maybe what I had visualized, things that have come to me, or I just write and write and write until I feel like I don't I've written enough. I write different things. And from there I do somatic practices, which is either dancing or movement, some type of movement, stretching or whatever it may be from there. And then it either shifts into writing again or shifts into me reading or preparing for uh, the workplace. So that is
Yeah.
my routine. And sometimes I add things and I take things out based off of what guidance I got that day.
Yeah. No, nice. And also, like when we was at the retreat back in December, you was teaching us about energy work. What got you started, and who taught you energy work, and how you became, did you master it?
You said who taught me and how did I master it?
Yeah, energy work. Yeah.
There's a man named Max Reader that I had met on TikTok that I have been under as far as coaching goes 2 years ago. I think 2 3 years ago. That had taught me a lot of the practices, some the practices that have jump started me being able to tap into energy work. And then from there, I've been utilizing just different books that I've picked up that goes into it. But mastery of those techniques has come from me realizing that a lot of this stuff, as far as energy work, is stuff that we already know how to do. I feel that children naturally know how to do energy work. And if you tap back into your inner child, which is something I'm very keen on expressing to people, that you naturally will know what it is, how to do it. Because a lot of the energy work stuff is so simple. It's so simple, and it's stuff that have been expressed in TV shows. They just add a little bit more spice to it, but it's literally just about the same thing.
Yeah.
And so it's a it's for me it's a play. It's a play. Playfulness played seriously with a lot of these practices. It isn't not doing it from a heavy place of obligation and responsibility, but from a place of exploration and play, just like a child does.
Yeah, yeah, that's what's up. And also, I learned that you are vegan, and so yeah. So my question would be like, when did you become a vegan, and how much did that made that positive impact on your life?
So right now, because I've been doing some research, I'm moving towards I don't know if you heard of it, it's called alkaline. Moving towards
Alkaline?
vegan alkaline.
Yes.
Uh, that aspect. So I started around 3, 4 years ago. Can't believe it's been that long. And it started off with me not eating red meats. Then it was eating no meats at all. Then it became, just recently, it became not eating dairy and a lot of other stuff. And so what started me was research. Start going into research and tuning into my body and noticing what my body likes and doesn't like. Not eaten meat for so long, my body feels a lot more clear and open, sensitive to energy. It doesn't feel heavy. I have a lot more energy to do things. And then
Yes.
also intermittent fasting, which is eating for like 6 to 8 hours and then not eating the rest of the time, is something I've been doing for about 2 years. And so that process has actually helped me to be more agile in my thinking process and in energy work because I'm allowing my body to rest while also eating things that promote positive change in my body. And so I feel amazing. I feel very amazing. And
Yeah.
I notice how how my body reacts to nature versus other people. Like when it's hot outside, it doesn't feel as hot to me. It feels like the sun, I'm literally absorbing it. It doesn't feel like it's a it's a very oppressive thing. So nature, because I'm eating the way I'm supposed to, nature has become my friend. And a lot of other things has opened itself to me because of eating. Because they say you are what you eat, because your cells and your body literally gets reconstructed from the things that you give it. So uh, feel very amazing, feel very amazing. And if I eat something I'm not supposed to eat, my body will immediately tell me it doesn't like it. So
Yeah.
I'll know immediately. It's created that mind body connection.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's so cool. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. All right. So before we get out of here, you have any closing statements or remarks? Want to plug anything that you're promoting or your platform? Yes. Yes. The floor is yours.
First thing I would say is take information that you like and enjoy and individualize it. Individualize information. Learn how to individualize and tailor it to you because everybody is different. That's one of the things that is to this day that I do now that I've been doing that's helped me tremendously. All information, I personalize it to me so that I can utilize it more effectively to my situation, my life, my lifestyle, and whatever goals that I look to fulfill. And so right now, I have something that I'm doing coaching around helping people tap into their inner child, which I call inner child remembrance, where I believe that when you reconnect with your inner child, a lot of the blockages and things that were placed upon you when you were a child, you get to remove them and you get to play in the state of openness and play every single day where you wish there were more hours in the day and so forth.
Right.
And so if that's something that and if you were interested in my website at traydoninspires.com, that's Traydon inspires.com, you can find information and my offerings around that, so that you're able to tap into your joy and your laughter and your sense of play, despite whatever's happening in your life.
That is cool. Yeah, thank you again for coming on the show. Greatly appreciate you. Uh, you definitely thank you for the information, and definitely will this you just you alone will inspire many people around the world. I feel that in my heart right now. You know, I have kids around your age and stuff, and this I want my kids to just be something somewhere where you are at your life right now. You're very inspirational. I enjoy being around you. When I met you, I enjoyed this interview. Yeah, so thank you for everything you do.
Well, you're giving a platform for people to be able to share this information. So that's beautiful
Yes,
and much needed.
yes, oh yes. And just by helping people one person at a time. That's all it takes. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Traydon Rogers, Traydon Inspires. Thank you for coming on our show. Until next time, take care.